or rising, July 2025. Libra, as you can see, that's you here. This is the horizon. All the planets are pretty much above the horizon for you. So very visible month, very active. Venus, the whole month, is in your ninth house, the luckiest house, protecting you from there. So you'll have more luck, and it's good time to travel if you want to travel somewhere abroad or for longer distance. It's good time if you're trying to arrange some documents for far away living for a distant country, or even for legal matters. It's just the duration is just for this month. It's also a good time to study or learn something, to connect with more cultured, elevated people, people from different social status or different, more elevated, more mm, like role models or guides. So even to dive in such material, you enjoy that, you'll get inspiration, or even to meet love abroad for some of you, who knows, or someone who is foreigner, or to connect with more selected society in a sense. Plus, you're going to have a lot of planets in Leo, which is a social house. So this is events with people, friends, and Mercury goes retrograde there around the 17th or 18th, 19th. So it means you can reconnect with friends you haven't seen for a while, or acquaintances, or other, people that you've known from before. You can hear from them, or with older siblings, for example. That's another way Mercury retrograde doesn't have to be drama and fighting with friends. It can be just seeing someone you haven't seen in a while. But of course, if you have some planets in Aquarius or Scorpio or Taurus, Mercury might square some of them, and some things can come out, especially with people in your life, because it's a social house, the 11th house, where you have to say some things with friends, you have to clarify certain things, you have to decide who you want in your social environment. You might decide to switch off from certain social media and to rethink and to withdraw back from social media. And sometimes it might be triggered by some kind of a escalation. You have a fight with someone online or with a friend, and you decide to rethink, do you want those people in your life, or at least to step back, or at least to redefine the terms of your relationship, or 11th house is also the house of gains, and they can be some of you that might be working in business for some, and it's also big plans or big, let's say, projects that you might be working on, that Mercury retrograde requires you the second part of July and the first part of August, either to put on hold or to redo in some way, or to tweak somehow. So they might have to be redone a few times, but usually by the time Mercury turns direct in the 11th, you can have better gainfulness, better rewards, for example, because it's rewards, gains, or bonus of some sort, but you have to put a bit more effort for it, because Mercury's retrograde is putting extra effort, being more careful, more meticulous with details. And 11th house is business house, connected, or if you're working on some project with a bigger group of people as well, they might be focused there. Plus, there is a new moon in your 11th house on the 24th, 23rd, 24th. So not only old friends you can connect with, or people from the past, or that you haven't seen for a while, new ones can appear also in your life in some way, because it's a new moon, new beginnings. You're also going to have Saturn turning retrograde around the 13th in your 7th house, but probably more like early born Libras will feel this. The early born sun, moon, or rising, the first 5-6 degrees. It might be a time to really rethink your relationships and what you want to do with your partner, or how you approach partnership. Retrograde planet is withdraw back, rethink, try to see if you can do it in a different way, or try to see if you want to recommit further down. There might be some dilemma about relationships or other people that you have to solve. But only the very early Virgos can feel that. Sorry, not Virgos, Libras. Later born Libras might feel it next time Saturn goes retrograde, next year or the year after that. So yeah, and Mars is in your 12th house. So you might be active again. Venus is in the 9th house, foreign countries, Mars in the 12th house, which is again connected to foreign countries. You might be active in a foreign country somehow. Something can happen on a faraway place, but also 12th house is the house of sleep. So it might be a bit harder for some of you to sleep when Mars is in the 12th house. Usually their suppressed anger can show up in their sleep. Maybe someone hurt you, as a child or in high school, and you felt vulnerable and you couldn't defend yourself, or you suppress the anger. You might be dreaming about such situations where all the anger comes out, but in the subconscious, and that's your subconscious trying to heal itself. Just don't think you're murderous inclinations or something. It's trying to express that suppressed anger. Also, the 12th house is the house of hidden enemies, and the south node is with Mars. And the south node uncovers things that were hidden or connected to the past or to the past life as well. So if there is someone who is showing one face to you, but they actually are more malevolent behind your back, or they've been doing something behind your back, the south node Mars conjunction can reveal it because it's in the 12th house of secrets. So for some of you, it can appear this way. Another way, 12th house is our addictive patterns. Mars with the south node there, completing a cycle, starting a new one. It can be easier to let go because south node is to let go of some addictive behaviors that are more compulsive. Like Mars is quite compulsive. Mars rules smoking, for example, because you're burning something. Mars rules, I think, also alcohol, because alcohol they call it firewater, Mars. And it can be, first, it can escalate, but to the point where you are over it. And it's like, that's it. I want to be finished with this kind of behaviors, and hopefully a way to release it after that. All right. But don't forget that Jupiter is in your 10th house and it will be there another 11 months, sorry. So it's opportunities will come in regards to your career, in regards to the direction in your life you want to go. It's not just in July, but till next summer for those in the Northern Hemisphere, or next winter for those in the Southern Hemisphere who are Libras. They can be very good developments through authority figures in your life, for work expansion and growth and being recognized and feeling seen, your status increasing, your status improving as well in some way, your productivity, the appreciation as well. Maybe it's some kind of a opportunity to be promoted and so on. But this month, yeah, there is social activity. There is luck with Venus in the 9th house. There is a bit of Mars here in the 12th house that I said how it can play out. But, not everyone has hidden enemies or such things. And the biggest event as well is that Uranus is moving into your 9th house. For the past 8 years, it was in your 8th house. And now it's moving where it's going to start supporting Libras for 4 or 5 months this year. Then it moves back to the 8th house for 3-4 months, and it then moves fully for 7 years into your 9th house. Beautiful position of Uranus. Uranus will be trining Libra. It will make you consciousness expand. You start believing more. You find new interesting knowledge that will fascinate you, that will engage your energy. It will be almost like removing some kind of, they say we look through a porthole. This is our worldview. And it's almost like the porthole, if it has been foggy or unclear, it becomes bigger and you see way bigger reality around you. So you start believing a lot more things are possible. Also, it opens the doors for years of traveling, easier access to foreign places, for example, if you want, or interacting, because Uranus is a very social planet, interacting with people for many years ahead that are from foreign places, 9th house, that are from more elevated status in life. which is also ninth house, that are more educated, more cultured, or um, maybe discovering suddenly a teacher, a role model for many years, or getting fascinated with studies like astrology. Uranus through the ninth house is beautiful for learning astrology or human design, or learning AI. Ninth house is education, becoming even teaching about such things, guiding others or teaching others about new technologies, about esoteric knowledge, which are all ruled by Uranus, or teaching others or guiding others about uh, I don't know. I can't think of other stuff right now. Also, Uranus in the ninth house will, when it's trining you, anything Uranian will be very positive for Libra for the next 7, 8 years, especially when it exactly trines your sun, moon, or rising. So crypto, the new technologies, the digital stuff, the social media, AI, or anything esoteric, anything alternative in knowledge. It's almost like, and the ninth house is the house of the future, and Uranus is the planet of future. So for some of you, it can unlock almost like clairvoyant-like abilities, maybe not necessarily seeing stuff, but really feeling what's coming in the future, really knowing what's next. Trust it. It will be true, and it will bring big opportunities for you. But if Uranus is making some hard aspect from your ninth house, maybe you have planets in Sagittarius, maybe in Pisces or in Virgo, so it's squaring or opposing them, there can be some shakeups, especially towards your worldview. Maybe you've always supported some political party that you have ideal from. Ninth house is your ideals, your beliefs, or maybe you've been programmed to believe in a religion of some sort and to follow it and not question it. Ooh, Uranus in your ninth house will make you question and suddenly break with any kind of belief systems, whether it's political, whether it's ideological, whether it's spiritual or scientific worldview of the worldview, and to take you to the next stage, to take you to a way of seeing reality that is way more authentic for you, way more closer to the truth, through more wisdom. Uranus is divine wisdom, divine knowledge, divine knowledge. So in the house of higher knowledge, you'll be to be pouring on you, but there might be some existential crisis at the moment uh, um, that rearranges all your beliefs. So it might be, for example, you suddenly have to live in a foreign country, and that changes all your belief system. And say maybe you were Muslim and you couldn't accept Jewish people, Christians, or whatever, and Uranus moves to your ninth house, and suddenly you become, because Uranus is very open-minded planet, and it shows you the truth. Or maybe you're Christian, or maybe you're racist. I don't know. Maybe you've grown up in some environment that you would judge, but your xenophobia and fear of foreigners will disappear, and fear of different religions and worldviews will disappear, and other people of such, other backgrounds very different than you will open up your mindset and will offer opportunities for you. But also your worldviews, if they were narrow, they can suddenly be broken apart, and you see like, wow, like you see through the matrix type of thing, like Katniss broke the dome in the Katniss Everdeen broke the dome in the Hunger Games, and turned out this world they were in was just like a fake construction. Well, these things are very possible when Uranus transits the ninth house. There's a lot more things with Uranus in the ninth house. But, I have the webinar that is 5 hours long, Uranus in Gemini, which speaks about every possible transit Uranus can make for you. And even if you don't know any astrology, you just know, oh, I'm a Libra sun, I'll teach you how to calculate your chart. There it shows very easy how to see all the planets where you have them, their degrees, and which year exactly Uranus will aspect them. And is it going to be a challenging aspect? And what happens, say Uranus opposing your Saturn in Sagittarius. So it's opposing your Uranus in Sagittarius. So Uranus trining your sun in Libra, or sextiling your moon in Leo. And I give stories for all those possible transits, how they play out in the life of people I've known, and always the silver lining, what it is and what you can expect and how to prepare. And also 100 pages of written text about from my transit Bible, way more even more in depth from a different perspective, each transit of Uranus through houses and to natal planets that you own for life for just $20. And I know you'll be thirsty for knowledge, Libras, with Uranus in your ninth house for many years ahead. So great time to study. And don't forget, Jupiter is in your 10th house. So new career horizons are appear to you, new social status improved, and respect from others will appear over the next 12 months. So thank you.